welcome to Grand River Unitarian Congregation. A special thanks to our guest pianist, Liz Ashen. Of course, Rich and Colin and our wonderful choir. Richard Gilbert writes, "We bid you welcome, who come with weary spirit seeking rest. We bid you welcome, who come with hope in your heart. We bid you welcome, who are seekers of a new faith, who come to probe and explore, who come to learn. We bid you welcome, who enter this hall as a homecoming, who have found here room for your spirit, who find in this people a family. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are on your journey, we bid you welcome." My name is Wendy Martin. I've been attending GRU since 2010 when we moved here. I started out as the shy girl in the back pew. I moved on to a member and children's volunteer, and started hosting some events, and I worked in the kitchen, and I worked my way right on up to president of the board. And back again. Sometimes I'm still that shy, quiet girl in the back pew. No, really, it could happen. Don't laugh. But if you're like me, a volunteeraholic who has to find every possible experience in the church and try it out, that's great. Give me a call, I'll hook you up. If you're still that quiet, shy person who just contributes your wonderful presence here, we love that too. There are many, many ways to participate, and there is no one right way. Our strength is in diversity, and we welcome everyone and however you contribute. But we do encourage you to get involved because there's a lot of really cool people and a lot of really fun events here. One of which is tomorrow night. Rev Jess and Rosemarie are offering a soundscape meditation here in our sanctuary. Drop in between 5:30 and 6:30 for an open house style meditation by candlelight. Stay for a few minutes or the full hour. Unfortunately, today's holiday card event has been canceled, but there are many other ways to get involved. We encourage you to check out the bulletin boards downstairs. If you're not on our email list, feel free to fill out the welcome card in the pew. I usually have an example, but and drop it in the offertory plate, or send an email to our office admin who'll get you hooked up. A big thank you to everyone who contributed to our Pass the Pasta food drive, and of course to Ann Dahmer for coordinating. The Food Bank of Waterloo Region serves as our region's central hub for food collection, storage, and distribution through the Community Food Assistance Network. By partnering with local organizations, providing food support and other vital services that help make food accessible across Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo, and the surrounding townships. We appreciate your helping area families during this holiday season. And now, whether it's your first time in worship with us or your 100th time, we hope that you'll find here questions that stretch you, people to befriend you, and liberal religious values that challenge you to join us in loving boldly, living justly, and welcoming radically. Let us let go, just for a time, of the everyday world. Turn off your cell phones and create space in this hour to simply be together. In the spirit of life and love we gather, may the experience of this time prove useful and timely to all assembled here. I invite you to rise and embody your spirit and sing our opening song, number 254, Sing We Now of Christmas.
We hear the dime store Santa's decree, Jesus is the reason for the season. But for Unitarian Universalists, we call instead for this to be a reasonable season. Reason enough for love and laughter. Reason enough for unity and hilarity. Reason enough for exploration and expectation. And as we parse and piece our own reasons for this season, we pay tribute to the ancient Christmas story of the birth of the Son of Man in a stable under beckoning starlight. We huddle under the early darkness of skies, summoning at solstice the turning of the year's wheel in that birth of a very different sun, summoned by our own light. We heed the hope of Hanukkah, that observance beginning at sundown this very evening, which lightens with lessening oil the heralding of days to come as days remembered. We yearn toward the new year, resolved to learn the lessons of the past, to rest in the present, and seed the promise of a beginning and burgeoning future. Yes, for Unitarian Universalists, these are all reasons enough for the season. Perhaps even the season is the reason. May we find the wisdom in all our 6 sources to celebrate wholeheartedly all of its rich gifts, embracing with our open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands that we learn to be good for goodness sakes. Let this flame be to us a symbol of the wholeness we seek. Its glow reminding us of the sacred bonds which link us to all people. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in harmony with the earth, thus do we covenant together. Children of all ages are invited forward for a story with Lisa.
Good morning. Today's story is called The Season of Light by Jess Redmond, and I hope you enjoy the artwork in here because there's a lot of beautiful pictures. Oh, sorry about that. After red and green dreams, we wake up before the sun. We're counting down December days, but savoring each one. This is the season of joy. Snowflakes from paper, sheep and wise men arranged, glass balls, garlands, stockings, all is magical and changed. This is the season of wonder. A knock on the door, take off coats and gloves, a hug, a kiss, a welcome back. Home is where there's love. This is also a season of together. About together. There we go. Gifts to wrap and tie, a table to prepare, open hearts and open hands, all we have is ours to share. Even with the cats. This is a season of giving. Our voices ring out, silver bells and midnights clear, first Noels and glorious morns, offerings of goodwill and cheer. This is a season of song. Everybody in this town is singing. Then gathering to listen, memories, verses, old and new, comfort and joy, travelers and stars, miracles and reindeer too. This is a season of story. Stories are flying up. Bathrobes and tinsel halos, now we are part of the story. We come to the stable, visit the manger. We are the angels singing out glory. This is a season of faith. Under star-filled winter skies, with homes and trees aglow, with candles lit and hearts so full, brightness inside, above, and below. This is a season of light. This is a time to set apart, a time to give and receive. This is a time to notice and marvel, a time to hear and believe. Everybody joining in here. And though seasons don't last forever, and the world may not always shine so bright, we can carry Christmas inside us. We can live a lifetime of light. So thank you for joining me for the story today. Everybody can get up and head to Fun Day.
His birthday was coming soon, and my son was happily planning his invitation list for the party I had promised him to celebrate turning 5 years old. This was to be quite an event, and he vibrated with excitement. Adam was an enthusiastic child, and I was having a rare moment of feeling more than competent as a parent, until he turned to me and asked, out of the blue, "Mom, is he coming to my birthday?" Is who coming? Him, Mama, him, you know, him. I cringed, searching for the words to explain the price of divorce to a child still shell-shocked from what had been a cruel and total abandonment. "Adam, I'm so sorry, but your daddy lives a long way away." "No, Mom, not Dad, him. You know, that guy. Christmas, is he coming to my party?" I laughed with relief. "Oh no, sweetie, Santa Claus doesn't bring birthday presents. He only comes for Christmas." Adam tensed up his entire, nearly 5-year-old body, and with utter exasperation for my slowness, tried one more time to explain, "Mom, no, not Santa. I mean that other Christmas guy, you know, Jesus. Is he coming? I celebrate his birthday every year, so is he coming to mine?" Clearly, my son was already leaning toward Unitarian Universalism, affirming the worth, justice, equity, and compassion in all birthday party attendance. Despite his confusion about the party guests, some of my fondest memories of raising my son was about the gifts of Christmas and otherwise. Because with every single gift at birthday or Christmas, he would tear into the bounty and with every surprise discovery declare, "Oh, it's just what I always wanted." Or maybe he discovered that his level of enthusiasm encouraged abundance, whatever his motives. From an early age, He wasn't just polite about gifts, but extraordinarily enthusiastic beyond any expectations that it is the thought that counts. This season, my partner Kemeny and I find ourselves again enthusiastic about this holiday season because we are preparing to welcome his first grandchild, due in late January. Our years together of quiet, casual holidays of gameplay will give way again to welcoming the wonders and magic of the season through the eyes of a child. We are equal parts terrified and delighted in this season of anticipation. Robert Lehman writes, "Within the shining of a star, we catch a glimpse of who we are. In every infant born, we see the hope of our nativity. The miracle of each new birth can shake and save the stony earth. Triumphantly, the newborn's cry strikes echoes from a waiting sky." Will you join me in singing Spirit of Life? It's in your order of service. Howard Thurman writes, "I will light candles for Christmas, candles of joy despite all sadness, candles of hope where despair keeps watch, candles of courage for fears ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days, candles of grace to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire all my living, candles that will burn all the year long." You're invited to light a candle in silence, or if there's something you wish to share for community support or celebration, you may come to the microphone. Let us know who you are and how we might support you in your journey today. We do ask that you keep to a one-breath sharing to preserve the flow of the ritual. We light a first candle in the hopes of peace.
I'm Becky. I have 2 candles of joy today. My mother-in-law is visiting from BC right now. We haven't seen her for a while. And my sister-in-law, Christy, who's been living with us for a year and a half, signed a lease and she's moving out on Tuesday.
I'm Bruce. Just about a year ago, Adrian and I went to Arizona for the last goodbye for her mother. We spread her ashes over the desert there.
I'm Jessica. I lit a candle of sorrow for Helen Iacovino, who you might know from Toronto First. Her husband Tony died this week.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'm lighting a candle of joy for my cousin who is finally escaping her terribly abusive husband today and is moving out into her own place with assisted living. So.
I'm Anna. I lit a candle for my Tante Reet. She passed away a few weeks ago in New Zealand. She was proudly from the Friesland province of Netherlands. She was born the day before the Nazis invaded for World War II.
Hey, I'm Erin. 2 candles. One for my brother, who finds himself at the Ottawa Carleton Detention Centre, which is just as bad as you've heard. And the second, I am in search of a mediator. So if anyone has your relationship is consciously decoupling, it's a joyful moment, and also requires some support. So if you've got a good mediator, I would be delighted to hear from you.
I'm Corliss. I've lit a candle for the various victims of mass shootings, in particular the Jewish people at the lighting of menorah in Sydney. Oh, all of these tragedies are with us, and we hold them dear as we try to move forward and find joy as well.
My name's Brenda, and I'm lighting a candle of great joy because Greg and I's son, Eddie, has decided to move back to Waterloo and finish out his work term remotely for the next 4 months, so I'm one happy mama.
I'm going to light a candle for Jack McCauley, who is in hospital at Grand River Hospital right now on the 8th floor, Wing A. If anyone would like to visit him, I'm sure he would welcome a visit.
I'm Jonathan. I lit 2 candles, one for myself and one for everyone who has a hard time finding the light.
So this is a candle of joy. Our son Jonathan is home for Christmas, and we're really excited. Thank you.
Take a deep breath in and let all of this news settle into your heart. It's always a mix of great joy, of greetings and goodbyes, of deep abiding sorrow, of the uncertainties of tomorrow. Let it sink in and feel it fully, and know that you are all part of the light. Light a final candle for all the joys and sorrows here unspoken but precious in our hearts. Our meditation words are by Maureen Killoran. Not gold, nor myrrh, nor even frankincense would I have for you this season, but simple gifts, the ones that are hardest to find, the ones that are perfect, even for those who have everything, if such there be. I would, if I could, have for you the gift of courage, the strength to face the gauntlets only you can name, and the firmness in your heart to know that you, yes, you, can be a bearer of the quiet dignity that is the human glorified. I would, if by my intention I could make it happen, have for you the gift of connection, the sense of standing on the hinge of time, touching past and future, standing with certainty that you, yes, you, are the point where it all comes together. I would, if wishing could make it so, have for you the gift of community, a nucleus of love and challenge to convince you in your soul that you, yes, you, are a source of light in a world too long believing in the dark. Not gold, nor myrrh, nor even frankincense would I have for you this season, but simple gifts, the ones that are hardest to find, the ones that are perfect, even for those who have everything, if such there be.
The Long Night Draws Near by Melissa Rockenfeld. A fire is burning. The long night draws near. All who need comfort are welcome by here. We'll dance 'neath the stars and toast the past year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. Rev Jess asked, "What is it about the holiday season that I most treasure?" My immediate answer, and this is Melrock, ritual. Stories and music, candles, fire, and other magical lights. Oh, and hot chocolate. I grew up Episcopalian with candles and incense and ritual at holy days. But as I grew, I fell away from the underlying beliefs. When first married 35 years ago, Tom and I had been deconstructing Christmas, trying to find true meaning for us. Then we attended our first winter solstice ritual. It was cold. We are outside, and it was cold. Around a big bonfire on the edge of the parking lot of our UU church in Ohio, near the woods, we did not understand what was happening. A little edgy, we found ourselves in a spiral dance, singing a complex chant, and ended up very close to the fire when the spiral unwound from the inside. This was intense. It was mystical. It was real. Standing under the stars in the dark and very cold, around a large fire with a bunch of other cold folks. Did I mention it was cold? Praying for the sun to return was very, very real to me. It was now. It was connected. A deep, comforting connection to the unnameable energy which animates all life. Tom and I later said to each other something to the effect of, "This is what the winter holiday is about." It was about being right here, right now. Pagan ritual made sense to me, to my inner questions. Be right here, right now. Praise the energies here. The ground, the wind, the stars. Swirl and drum in the joy and prayer right through the core of your being. Invite the goddess without to join the goddess within and dance them together. The longest night has come once more. The sun has set and darkness fallen. The trees are bare, the earth asleep, and the skies are cold and black. Yet tonight, we rejoice in this longest night, embracing the darkness that enfolds us. We welcome the night and all that it holds as the light of the stars shines down. And in December, the now is cold and still. The soft silence of walking in snow, staring into a light, be it flame, star, or colored lamp, demand our attention, reminding us that fast is not always what is needed. Just because the earth is cold doesn't mean there's nothing going on down there in the soil. Think about what lies dormant in the earth and consider what may bloom a few months from now. This reminds me of the value in being still. Cold and dark this time of year, the earth lies dormant, awaiting the return of the sun, and with it, life. For beneath the frozen surface, a heartbeat waits until the moment is right to spring. But wait, I need more. To truly celebrate the quiet, the sacred, the now, I also need the company of others. Gather around the fire outside or the piano inside and share the still, the waiting, with cheer, music, stories, and of course, hot chocolate. A fire is burning. The long night draws near. All who need comfort are welcome here. We'll dance 'neath the stars and toast the past year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. Note the solstice poem is the refrain from the song Solstice Carol by the Word Sisters, and the other poems are from various pagan rituals and prayers. Switching back to me, the relationship between the congregation and its people is symbiotic. The community sustains the people who comprise it, and those people sustain the congregation with their gifts of time, talent, and resources. In addition to a monetary pledge, I offer my service to this congregation by chairing various committees, volunteering where needed, and of course, offering many hugs in the physical and the crocheted pocket hugs. This community sustains me by offering a family a safe place of refuge and many hugs in return. Each person here is a contributor, whether you are a visitor offering your presence for the first time or a longtime member engaged in multiple ways. Whether you contribute through pre-authorized donations, e-transfers, or drop an envelope in the plate. Every way is appreciated and needed. We will now share in the ritual of passing the offertory plate. As you hold it in your hands, take a moment to think of what this congregation means to you and what you offer to it with your time, your talent, and your resources, knowing that each offering is precious and gratefully received.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I have to say I was quite excited when Rev Jess asked me to share a few words on what I like about Christmas, but then I realized I would have to do just that, share a few words on what I like about Christmas. To be honest, Christmas stresses me out. Anybody else? Yeah, this is a safe space. Yeah, I have never jived with the capitalist version of Christmas. The thought of fighting through crowds to spend way too much money sounds awful. Then the delicate art of gauging how much I'm willing to spend on someone based on how much I love them. Then trying to cram as many social events into 1 month so that I might seem like a dutiful friend, partner, daughter, but not so many that I lose my mind. Can you feel the Christmas spirit? But seriously, Christmas isn't all bad. In doing this exercise, I've realized some things that I do like about the holiday. I like how on Christmas it's an unspoken rule that you have to take a nap. The location is up to you, on a bed, a couch, on another person, but it's sort of a necessity. Kids need a nap because the excitement of everything has exhausted them, while everyone else needs a nap because the kids have exhausted them. I also like how on Christmas you're sort of obligated to spend the day in your pajamas or a pair of sweatpants, but it has to be some type of stretchy pants. This outfit pairs well with the nap and also comes in handy when you eat too much food. Then to get the food moving, you must take a walk if you're able. You can put real pants on, but you don't have to. Not many people do. You'll walk around the block and smile at your neighbors, all wearing their stretchy pants. People will be happy and sleepy because they got the day off work, hopefully, and a day off work is always a good day. Lastly, my favorite thing about Christmas is the chance to slow down. As I get older and I get to dictate more of what my holidays look like, I've consciously tried to slow down. I'm more mindful about the plans I make, the people I see, and the gifts I give. Not only does this lend itself to taking capitalism out of my Christmas, but it's good for my soul. Over the holidays, I spend time with the people I love. Not because I'm obligated to, but because I really want to. They're the people I want to be near. I'm grateful for the chance it gives me to really listen to what they have to say, to hold them a bit tighter and a bit longer. On Christmas, I realize how beautiful winter really is from inside a warm house. I realize how lucky I am to have a warm place to live, good food to eat, and the people I love around me. These things are more valuable than any present I could ask for or any extravagance. I'm grateful to be in community, especially a community that values the rights and well-being of all people. I'm grateful for the magic in everyday life that can be seen if you just look. I hope you all take some time this Christmas to slow down, whether it be with a loved one, on a walk, or with a nap. I hope you find gratitude for the gifts in your lives that make you happy, healthy, and wise. Blessed be.
When Rev Jess asked about the topic of light today, it got me thinking about this spoken word I had written 2 Christmases ago on about a walk with my dog Toby, which has become all the more precious with Toby having recently passed away. So I decided to share this. What is the magic of Christmas to me? I've been pondering this season and the source of my glee. Why is love more tangible in the season of dark and more too manageable? The answer came to me out of nowhere, last Thursday to be exact, delivered in the official gift wrap of the Christmas spirit herself. No ribbons or bows, just an ordinary moment where the mystical and the ordinary shook hands a postman. As I watched with a smile and an opening heart, this is the story of how she spoke to me before I depart. Dressed for the weather, leash in hand, I and my dog set off for a walk in known land. Delivering cards to the neighbors in the hood, a race against the Christmas clock would bring relief to deliver, as who wants a late card? The thought makes me shiver. I digress. A journey down the street done 1,000,000 times, never as on this day to the sound of chimes. The morning was crisp, just a dusting of snow, to prove we had been and gone to each porch in a row. What is that I hear? The little drummer boy rings in my ears. A smile spread across my face, not like the Grinch's evil grin, but joyous and gentle without any sin. It felt like heaven on earth on this oh-so-quiet day. As snow crystals sparkled, this tune rang in the air, calling my heart to come and share. I was sure it was my neighbor playing the tune while enjoying the hot tub in the backyard with a croon. But as I approached, it seemed too hard to hear the music, you see. So with a Christmas mystery afoot, I needed the key. I spontaneously started off in the search of the source of my slice of heaven that had arrived without force. Not a thought to my list waiting of all the things to do and work to be done. I allowed my heart in the moment and I started to run like a child, curious about a brand new noise, enchanted in all there is as innocence enjoys. Silent night was now calling my name. As we walked further and further down the lane, I was so sure I knew where it was coming from now. As the volume cranked up, each step closer somehow. But then the sound echoed on and on, bouncing off buildings in the city center, boggling my mind is this music tormentor. When I was so sure, we soldiered on, our intent still pure. I was amazed how close it sounded, as bare-naked ladies sang God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, off in the distance, so my head was confounded. We walked all the way to the river that day, listening to carols of Christmas past on the way. As we arrived at the park bench for a sit and listen, it turns out a schoolyard spread the music as the snowflakes glistened. As I watched through the trees to see children at play, to the same songs I heard as a kid, to the same refrains my parents enjoyed before I did, these simple carols slid right into my heart. Indeed, these must be the answer to the magic spark I seek, bringing generations together with traditions of song, transporting sparkles to my day that were here all along. O holy night carried me home. Abruptly, I stopped in my tracks of joy that day, realizing my heart suddenly had something to say. The epiphany came so shining and radiant as I walked uphill home on a really steep gradient. Grateful for the break, I took a resting breath. as magic sunk deeper into my chest. This magic and love don't mysteriously appear. It's here every moment through the whole of the year. The difference is at Christmas time, we take the time to pause and to listen to the music, the silence, the child within. We pause and take time to enjoy the din. The essence of Christmas spirit that is here right now, shining its light just as bright if we could just pause and bow to the spark inside yearning to share the love and peace right now and everywhere.
Lisa and Kaya and Wendy and Melrock and our fabulous choir and Liz. Will you please rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn number 248, A We Believe in Christmas. Edward Cyril says, the candle, the evergreen, the infant child, these are the symbols of the season. For we affirm that a flame banishes the dreariest darkness. For we affirm that the tree of life endures the harshest time. For we affirm that the spirit of love is renewed with the birth of every child. So it is light and life and love we see in the Christmas fire and in the Christmas tree and in the Christmas child, and it is light and life and love we celebrate. Whatever and however you celebrate this season, may your heart be merry and your load be light. Merry Christmas Solstice. the people say, Amen.